Okay? Since this is a proof of cash, di ba? Ang sabi natin, proof of cash is simply two-period bank recon. Okay. So, from the book side, alin nga, una, would have to be our beginning balance. Okay? Since this is a proof of cash, di ba? Ang sabi natin, proof of cash is simply two-period bank recon. Okay? So, ang example natin dito is January, and then this would have to be February. Nandito pa lang ako sa book. I hope nakikita nyo at maliit ang aking whiteboard. Beginning balance, X. Okay. Dito muna tayo sa January. Anyway, kapag book, ang inire-reconcile mo, it's the bank credit memo, right? Bank credit memo. Minus bank debit memo. Ito, totoo na to? I can hear you. Sige, okay, pwede kayong sumagot. Anyway, so credit memo, that's plus. Debit memo, that's minus, right? And then if there are error, plus, minus, error. Pero for several cases naman, wala akong nilagay na mga errors, even sa problem and even doon sa libro. Okay. And therefore, that's the adjusted balance. Ang sabi natin, ito, importante ito pagdating sa proof of cash ng mga problems. Ang sabi natin, kung ano man ang adjusted balance ng book, even doon sa bank recon, yan din ang adjusted balance ng bank. Right? That's the same. Para katatawid eh. Kung ito ginawa ko, table sa taas saka sa baba, yun sa baba yan. Ito ngayon, sinide by side ko. Kasi maliit yung aking whiteboard. Okay. At dito pa lang tayo sa book. Pag tatawid ka na, papunta ka sa February, meron ka ritong mga receipts. Right? Receipts, and then, meron kang disbursements. Para mapatawid mo yan dito. So, ito yung book receipts plus minus disbursements. That would have to be equal the unadjusted or the book balance as of February ng book, right? And then, ang kinukuha dito, ano naman yung mga adjusted receipts? Okay. Normally, meron din yan. At the end of the period, meron kang credit memo ng February. Halimbawa, example of that are mga notes collected during the end of February. And then, debit memo, ano naman example? Mga NSF, mga no sufficient fund na cheque, mga tumalbog the end of February, or service charge, bank service charge. So, kung gagawin mo lang yung reconciliation ng February, only this one, so beginning balance plus bank credit memo minus bank debit memo, example are NSF or service charge, in order for you to arrive at the adjusted book balance. Nakakasunod pa, I hope, ano? At the same time, yan pwede mong gawin, or another thing is, you can actually do from here, papunta dito, by using naman adjusted balance, adjusted of January, then adjusted receipts, and then adjusted disbursements. How we do that? Ito na yung may prinsipyo tayo ng kapag malapit, kapag magkalapit, magkakontrahan, pagka magkalayo, magkapareho in terms of the signs. Pero ano yung konsepto? Okay. Credit memo, for example, ng January, maibubuk yan as if it's a receipt of February. Pero basically, that's already for January. So therefore, para makuha mo ang adjusted receipt as of February, ito, in order for you to get that, ibabawas mo ito. So, anong example nito? Notes collected in January, recorded siya in February. So part siya nung book balance, book receipts. Part siya. So you have to deduct it in order to get an adjusted. Makuha mo lang yung receipts for February. Okay. Ito naman, debit memo nung January. That means, halimbawa, yan yung NSF o kaya service charge. End of January, hindi mo na-record. Malamang, maire-record mo siya during February. And that would become part of this disbursement. Negative na siya. So, tatanggalin ko yung naka-negative na minus na yan. So, tatanggalin ko yung parenthesis. So, therefore, kung ito, yung debit memo na ito nung January is part of the disbursement of February, tatanggalin mo rin yan. Ima-minus mo. And that's the reason why pag tinignan mo, pag magkalayo, magkapareho sila ng sign. Pero yun yung basically yung paliwanag doon. I hope nakakasunod. Thumbs up lang kayo. Nakikita ko yung okay. So therefore, you already get natanggal mo na yung January. Huwag ka munang maglagay. Bakit? Meron ka pa kasi mga February adjusting entry. So, halimbawa, meron kang February at end of February, may bank credit ka. How do you adjust yung bank credit para sa kanyang receipts? It has to be supposed to be added. So therefore, ito, i-add mo yan dito sa receipts because this is bank credit. So pag tinignan mo, magka-pareho silang sign, magkalayo. Again, pagdating naman dito, bank debit, meron kang halimbawa service charge ng February, hindi mo pa siya nare-record, hindi pa sa part ng disbursement. So you have to add. Therefore, pag tinignan mo ulit, magkadikit sila, magka-reverse ang sign. So, we can now get the adjusted receipt, okay, and the adjusted disbursement. So, you can now compute adjusted balance. Anyway, sige. So, nakukuha natin yung sa book. Nabalikan ko lang, na-lesson na natin to. And this one, this January beginning balance, adjusted balance would be the same as the bank balance. Ganun din yan. Okay, sa bank, you have the beginning plus deposit in transit minus outstanding check, then plus minus if ever merong errors in order for you to get the adjusted balance, which is this one, and which is supposed to be the same as that adjusted balance ng book. Okay. The same way, what we did here, ganun din. So dito naman, beginning balance as of January, for example, plus deposit. Yung mga na-receive niya ron, ang assumption natin is i-deposit yan. Deposits minus withdrawal. Okay? In order for you to arrive at the bank statement balance as of end of February. Ang lagi ko lang, unulit ko ha, ang lagi kong ina-example is January, February, but this can be February to March, March to April. Same way, deposit in transit is an addition, outstanding check is a reduction in order to arrive at the adjusted balance. Then, same way dito, kung meron kang deposit in transit towards the end of February, and then meron kang outstanding check towards the end of February, in order for you to arrive at the adjusted balance nung February, which supposed to be is also the same as this one. The adjusted balance of February on book. Now, how to do it again? Dito naman sa side ng bank na hindi pababa. And aside from adjusted balance of January going to adjusted balance of February using the adjusted deposit and adjusted withdrawal. Same concept. Since this is a deposit in transit, part siya ng naging deposits recorded by bank, so you have to deduct it. Yung January deposit in transit, while the February deposit in transit, i-add mo yan. Ito siya. Magkalayo, magkapareho ng sign, magkalapit, magkaiba ng sign. I hope nakukuha. Outstanding checks. Outstanding checks of January is part of the withdrawal in February. So therefore, you have to deduct it. Magkalayo, magkapareho ng sign. Now, yung outstanding check naman ng February, hindi pa yan pumapasok as part ng withdrawal ng bangko. So you have to add in order to get to adjusted withdrawal or adjusted disbursement. Therefore, pag yung operation plus the beginning balance minus the January deposit in transit plus the February deposit in transit, you would have the adjusted deposit, withdrawal, bank statement. This is the bank withdrawal, bank debit, minus the outstanding check of January, plus the outstanding check of February, and then you get to the adjusted withdrawal. So, kapag pa side, makukuha mo yung adjusted balance and it has to match. Same way na yung this deposit has to match with the adjusted receipts, and same way the disbursement has to match the adjusted withdrawal. So basically, that's the whole concept of the proof of cash.